I'm Josh here from going back to a new Looney Tunes video. And if y'all didn't last one, guarantee that we're back with a new reviewing of my favorite episodes of the Looney Tunes show. And this is another one that I enjoy. And also, yeah, this is actually the last episode of season 1 of the Looney Tunes show. Yeah, for real. It's actually the last episode of the first season of the Looney Tunes show of the 2 seasons. And yeah, this is another good one that I enjoy as well. I enjoy this one. And yeah, it starts with Daffy helping Porky on this dating website. And yeah, Daffy is something else. Porky is like, what's going to happen when I finally meet one of these women? Are they going to be disappointed? And Daffy is like, any woman that goes out with Porky Pig is going to be disappointed no matter what. Like, dang. Dang. Like, roasting him just right there. Yeah, just saying that any woman that goes out with Porky is going to be disappointed no matter what. Like, dang, Daffy. And he says that we can keep Pig or Porky, but we can't do both. And he's like, keep Porky. And he's like, keep Pig. And he's like, you know what? Let's dump them both. Your name's Lorenzo Villacarai Rosa. Like, what kind of a name is that? For real. What kind of a absolute name is that? Lorenzo Villacarai Rosa. That is some name. And no offense to anybody that's actually, if anybody is actually called that name. No offense. But again, I just never heard of a name like that. It's like Tossie Station, like on Spyro Into the Dragonfly. One of the Dragonflies being called Tossie Station. Like, yeah, I never heard of a name like that too. But yeah, choosing Lorenzo Villacarai Rosa for Porky. And even this very bad picture of Porky. And he's like, he could hardly see me. And he's like, precisely, Lorenzo. And yeah, apparently an hour has passed and nobody's clicked on Porky's profile. And Daffy is like, I knew we shouldn't have included a picture. Dang. Daffy is a roaster in this show. I'm telling you. And yeah, Bugs comes and wondering what's going on. Or what's up, and yeah, we see Daffy chewing his flipper. Yeah. How is he biting his toenails? That's what I want to know. Because ducks don't have toenails. Right? Ducks don't have toenails. And yeah, apparently Porky actually got somebody. And of course, Daffy is like, what are you doing? Don't reply back until you know what they look like. And apparently it's Granny. And saying that Granny's on a dating website, that's so sad. And Porky's like, I'm on a dating website. And they're like, she must be lonely. I'm lonely. Yeah, but she lives in a big house all by herself. And he's like, I live in a big house all by myself. At least she's got pets. Huh, maybe I should get a pet. And then Daffy is a savage again, saying, what? Pets are for people that have no hope of finding another adult who would love them. Huh, now that I have it that way, or put it that way, you should definitely get a pet. Like, dang! Again, we are still early in this episode, and Daffy is a savage. Daffy is a savage. First telling Porky that any woman that goes out with Porky Pig is going to be disappointed no matter what, and then him saying of how I knew he shouldn't have included a picture, and then also saying pets are for people that have no hope for finding another adult who would love them. Like, dang. Like, Daffy is something. And yeah, we do get segments with Sylvester and Tweety as well in this episode, which is, hey, really good, because I do like Tweety and Sylvester. And yeah, they're just chasing and end up unplugging the computer, and Granny is telling Sylvester to go and play with some of his toys, which, yeah, of course, he's like, I can see the string on this mouse, and then with this, I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. And then, yeah, having, oh yeah, a laser light. Yup. Which I don't really see any cat that would not resist to laser lights. Or a red dot, right? that he's chasing it, and he thinks that he's got it, but of course he doesn't. And then, of course, Daffy is like, why are we doing this? Why are we going to Granny? And yeah, wondering if they can hang out with Granny. And she's saying that she was just about to go sailing. And yeah, it's not what you think exactly. They're like, you sail? And she's like, every weekend. And yeah, they go into the car and back into the garage. And then later on, Sylvester is still looking for the red dot and just snooping around and looking in Granny's purse and putting this perfume on and noticing that Tweety is gone and noticing Tweety is playing this game and is about to eat Tweety, having a fork and a knife, and saying, can I ask for one last thing before you eat me? And he's like, sure, because he's not a monster. Him saying that he's not a monster, so he'll grant Tweety one last request, and that is to hand him the pen, which of course it is the red dot, and he ends up slamming into a wall, going into a vase, and then slamming into another poster or picture, and he's of course not knowing why he's obsessed with this, why he's obsessed with this dot, and then going into the fan and ending up going through the window and just looking like a mess and just seeing dots everywhere. Everybody having dots, and him just seeing dots everywhere, and this little girl having dots, and him having dots, and he is needing to seek for professional help. And then, we just see Granny just driving so slowly, and Daffy is like, good grief in the morning, I'm gonna be sick and I'm not even on the boat yet. And then, they make it to this curve, and she's like, let's go sailing, and they're like, where's the ocean? And it's yard sailing. Of course. Like, you were thinking, if Granny is saying, that she sails, right, if she goes sailing, you would most definitely believe that she's talking about yard sailing. And then Daffy is like, we should have just let Porky go out with her. And then we just see Sylvester in the building and saying Wile E. Coyote, and pressing the button, which there's a lot of different options, and we have this awkward interaction with Coyote and Sylvester. Like, even getting a book of his own, and very awkward, I would say. And then, again, the witch that I cannot remember her name, but she comes to get Sylvester. And Sylvester is like, good luck with whatever problems you have. And Wile E. Coyote just looks at him and just looks back at the book, like, okay. Again, very awkward. And, we just see Granny eating and watching TV outside, and Daffy is like, old people are the worst. All they do is sit around, watch TV, and eat gross food. And then, apparently he's eating porridge. And he's like, it's softer on my soft teeth. And then Bugs is like, poor Granny. She needs some excitement in her life. I mean, she's 90 years old. She is 90 years old. I mean, she even says it towards the end of the episode, or close to, not that far point to the end of the episode. She actually also says it herself. But, they're wanting to do some excitement for her, and he tells Daffy to come on, and he's like, oh, my hip. And he's got a cane. Like, he's an old person. Like, come on, Daffy. Like, cartoons and their old people jokes. I mean, SpongeBob has them a lot, right? Like, old people are our greatest natural resource. And what do you mean, Patrick? Old people are the greatest. They're full of wisdom and experience. Right? Like, just the elderly people jokes that cartoons do. And we just see a montage of them having a day with Granny, like skydiving, parasailing, or not parasailing, but rowing in a canoe, them just jumping around, them shooting guns as well, them doing this demolition thing, ending up in the hospital. And yeah, the witch puts Sylvester in a hypnosis. And yeah, seeing back to his childhood, which yeah, we see his brother and him chasing this butterfly, and their mom calling them for dinner, and we see this red light, which of course he's attracted to, and apparently it's because of his mom, Sylvester's mom, that he is missing. And yeah, we get this awkward moment of him kissing the witch's nose, like yeah, and yeah, he gets transported to Florida, where his mom is, and yeah, he finds the apartment where his mother is, and yeah, Daffy and Bugs are wondering what they could do with Granny next, and then she's like, "Oh, you two," and then of course she's like, "Are you two trying to kill me? I'm a 90-year-old woman. I shouldn't be in a canoe." And she keeps making excuses and thinking that she could just go and lay on the beach, but she's like, they're very nice, but they're also very exhausted. And then Daffy's like, hot yoga? And yeah, Sylvester sees his mom. And yep, Sylvester's brother also comes too. And yeah, Tweety is also getting this therapy-like session kind of thing by the witch and gets transported as well. And they see Tweety out the window. And yeah, Sylvester's mom is just talking and talking and talking. And even Sylvester is getting annoyed or bored with her talking and talking. And yeah, he just goes back to, after we see the light going off, the red light going off, he's pretty much cured and able to go back to getting Tweety. And yeah, we see Granny just on the beach and thinking something is missing. And yeah, Sylvester lands on top of Granny, and we see Tweety as well, which she's like, these are much better than being with a duck and a rabbit. And yeah, we see Daffy and Bugs doing hot yoga. And then we end it with Porky pretty much getting eaten. Yeah, Porky pretty much getting eaten by a pet snake that he had. Like, he could have choose any other pet besides a snake, you know. But yeah, another good episode I enjoy. Yeah, I'd like to know what y'all think. Let me know in the comments below. Catch you next.